Okay guys, so today we're going to do a reading for next year, and the year's around the corner, the new year's around the corner, so I decided to put six stacks here. We got the Amethyst stack, we got the Quartz, clear Quartz stack, we got the Psytrance stack, we got the Lapiz, am I saying it right, stack, and we also have the Rose Quartz stack, we have the Obsidian stack, okay? Now, you have to pick the stack that draws you the most, alright? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the tarot cards of Thoth. I'm going to also read the Morgan Gear tarot card, and I'm going to read the I Ching. Plus, I also have here a bowl, okay, which contains the dice and tarot. I got the scarabs, and I also got the runes. Okay, we're going to pick one for each stack. But first I want you to set the intention and concentrate on next year. Okay? And close your eyes, concentrate, and pick the stack that you're mostly drawn to. Okay, so we're going to start with the Amethyst stack first, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, so let's get these out of the way. And put them over here so we don't miss which one it is. And we're going to start with the Amethyst, okay? Now, if you pick this stack and you were drawn to the Amethyst is a very spiritual rock, okay? So maybe you're more geared towards spirituality for next year. Maybe this is something that you want to commence doing, getting more in touch with. You know, it has to do with psychic vision, it has to do with sleep, it has to do with intuition. So maybe this is something that it's prominent in your life, and you look forward to maybe exploring this, you know, further next year. Okay, just to let you know. Now let's start off with the big card, and ooh, okay. Now I want to let you know that I'm not that fluid in I Ching. I have a lot of experience in I Ching, but I'm not as fluid as I am with tarot cards. So I will be looking for reference in my old trusty books. Okay. Also, wait a minute. This tarot deck came with, you know, short passages. So we're going to use them as a guideline. Okay. So first of all, what I see here, I see defeat. Okay, the Five of Swords. Next year, I think that there's not going to be much buzzing around. And I know it sounds like, all right, you know, it's going to be a boring year. But I see here the Six of Swords. So we have two swords card. We have the air card here. We have the mind. Okay. And I want to find out what this is so it could give me a clue of what it's talking about here. So let's go here to hexagram 12. Okay, let me look for hexagram 12 here. Okay. What I see here so far is that there's not a lot of movement, and you're also moving out of something. You're moving on to something because something was stagnant. Okay, this is like a little stagnant card. So it's referring me that, yeah, there's a stagnant situation. There's something that doesn't seem to be moving, you know, forward. It could be career, it could be love, it could be health, and then there's a recovery. Okay. Now, if this is referring to health, it means that there's going to be solutions, okay? Now, if this is referring to a relationship, it means you're going to be moving on, okay? And if this is referring to a job that you haven't found a job because you have been unemployed, it means that you're going to move on to something else, all right? If this is referring to your career, all right, it means that you're going to pick another career. All right, now this is a card that I'm very, very curious about. And okay, here, I found it. We got here this harmony. And I wrote it here. I remember I wrote it here. Okay, now listen to this. During the long winter, everything grinds to a halt in the fields. Ice holds up water and the earth shrinks and hides the seed. Okay. In the moment of simplicity and of withdrawal, a patient waits for before acting. Reconsider a situation and be prepared for acting. And there are adverse situations that hamper any initiative. This is not a very harmonious card, all right? And it seems to me here that next year is going to be a little challenging for you. And I don't like to sugarcoat things. I don't like to lie to people and tell them, hey, you know, the cards are very, you know, it's going to be happy, it's going to be a good time. No, I don't like to do that, you know, because I like people to see things as they are and be able to expect it and dodge it, you know what I mean? Or ride it, be able to ride the wave instead of, you know, hitting it face first. So what I suggest here is that when you have a defeat card, it's more like let it go. Okay, move on to something. And if there's disharmony, all right, if there's not peace, try to find out what it is that's causing the disharmony. All right, because this is pointing out to something that's out of harmony in your life. Could be a person, somebody that's arguing, a job that just doesn't move forward, and you have to find a solution. Well, this card right here just points out to, hey, you got to move out. You got to move on. If you're living with your parents, move on to another apartment, move on to another house, move on to another place. All right, if you're living with people that you don't like, move on. Okay. Now I want to pick some dices here, and I'm going to pick a dice for this situation to give us a further, more explanation. Okay. Okay, we got here the 3 of coins, which is works, okay, in tarot cards, and it's referring to work, okay? It's referring to grinding, okay? But this also could be, this is more of a material reading, but it could also signify working with other people, okay? Working in a relationship, working towards a relationship that's pretty stagnant and is in disharmony, and just move out, okay? Now I want to go into the scarabs. Okay, I want to see what else it could tell us. Okay, let's pick this one to see what it says. You got Shen. Okay, and I remember this. I know what that is. Shen is a cycle that doesn't end. Okay. Shen is a cycle that just keeps going and going and going. I'm going to show you right now. And if you don't do nothing about it, it's going to continue that way. And it reminds me of this, defeat. Okay? It's all up to you, baby. You have to move on. You have to move on. Okay? This harmony will continue if you don't, with that you're working on. Okay? Let's see where the Shen is. Here it is. Aha. Okay, I had highlighted it. The Shen is a sign of eternity, of endless cycles and of travel of the sun across the sky. Endless, repeated. Okay. Now I don't want to read the whole thing. I just wanted you to see what this is about. All right, it's about a cycle that you got to break. Okay, now we're getting a more clear understanding of this reading. This is about a cycle that you got to break. All right. Now I'm going to pick a rune. Okay, this is the last thing I got to pick for this reading. I'm going to pick a rune. And let's see what it says. Ooh, okay. I know this is a really good rune. Okay. I'm going to look for it here. I know it's a good rune. I don't remember. Here we go. The name, it's called Solu. Okay. It's a time of victory and success. To some, however, it can be a trip into the inner world in search of balance. It is time to admit something long denied. Okay. You have to accept you're in a rut next year. And again, time to move on. It's pointing on to the same thing. It's pointing on to the same thing. And it's the only way you're going to beat this is harmony, the cycle. All right, and you know, we got here intuition. Maybe you feel it. Maybe you're already feeling it already. You're dreaming about it. You could dream it that you're letting go of this person, okay, in your dreams. That you're letting go of this job, that this job is not for you, okay? That the people that you're living with, you know, they're just not something that's going to benefit you for next year. And you want next year to be a beneficial one. You want next year to be a prosperous one. You want to open your roads next year. You don't want to be stagnant. So this is something that you should see and you should look forward to. Okay. Now I'm going to read the next stack. So let's move along. Let's put this away. And you guys, if you want a personal reading, if you want a more in-depth reading about the situation, well, go to the links below and contact me on my email, and I'll be happy to give you a 15-minute reading, and I'll tailor a custom spread for you, because I do many spreads. You know, it depends on what it is. It could be love, it could be career, health, whatever it is on there. So you know what, I'm gonna put this one back in here because and let's put the other ones aside. Okay, let's put this, oops, let's put that in there, and let's put this aside, and we're gonna bring now Psytrance. Okay, so if you pick the Psytrance stack, this stack symbolizes money, wealth, happiness. Think about the sun, okay, gold. So maybe this is something that's been on your mind, okay? This is something that attracts you that maybe perhaps you would wish for next year. So let's go for it, man. All right, so let's see. Ooh. You got the interesting. Interesting. You got the Queen of Wands, very wise woman. And you got the Four of Cups, being offered something that you probably think it falls under your expectations. Okay? And I believe, if I'm correct, that this is the card of the hexagram of retreat. So let's check it out, man. Let's check it out. Okay. What hexagram is it? Oh, 34. Okay, let me look for it here. 34. Thunder over heaven. Okay. The power of enormity. Thunder jubilantly demands from the heavens to look up and celebrate that grand moment of unrestrained nature. Okay. Okay. It is a moment of accent, strength, and its omens are favorable for reaching imaginable results. Care should be taken in the matter one achieves one's goals without committing errors and showing disdain towards others. It sounds to me like you're very unhappy with what you have, and you want to go after something, because something that you have right now is like, So for next year, I see that you are full force in going after something that you really, really want. And yet you're getting offered things that fall below what you want. All right? And you are going with great force after it. This is because if this hexagram was the other way around, it would be retreat, meaning held back. But when you have it this way, I know that it is, you know, a lot of force. Okay? So next year, we got you that you're very, you know, unhappy with what you're getting, but you're still going to go after what you want. Now let's continue. Let's shake this out and let's get a more narrow reading about what this is about. Okay. Let's take a dice. Roll a dice. Okay? Disappointment, baby. 5 of Cups. Disappointment. Okay. Something keeps falling below your expectations. This one means that you're being offered stuff and you're like, This one means, okay, you took a plunge to something that you thought was alright and you expected the best, but it turned out to be, okay? And that's the difference between the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. That you took the plunge, but you're not taking the plunge on the 4 of Cups. So there's still things, a lot of things that people are offering you that you're like, no way. Okay. and then you already took some things that you thought were probably too good to be true, and they turned out to be a disappointment. Okay? Now, let's continue. Now, like I said, I don't like to be, I don't like to sugarcoat things in my readings, because, you know, then the person does not fix the errors. Then the person does not, you know, we're going to see. Now we're going to pick a scarab. Okay. Got the temple. Interesting. What does the temple have to do with this? Let's look into it. Let's look into the temple. Okay. I don't remember the temple that much. I think the temple is a very broad scarab to me. You know, it has to do more with like religion and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that it has other annotations when it comes to other areas. Oh, here it is, of life. Okay. Okay, the presence of the temple in a reading may indicate that the reader is in or about to begin a period of temple service, okay, where esoteric duties must be discharged. The temple scarab can also refer to other sacred enclosures, such as a home or a workplace. Okay, this probably has to do with your workplace, or your house, or your home. Okay, maybe you want to buy a new home, but you're being offered, you know, things that you don't want. Okay, and you've probably been disappointed with your other purchases. Maybe you have to, maybe you're trying to find a new place to move into, and you can't find an apartment, you can't find a home, you can't find anywhere. There's no place for rental that suits what you're looking for. Okay, because it is talking about, you know, an enclosed situation. Could probably be work. And since you picked the Psytrance, okay, which has to do with money and gold, I would say that, yeah, it could pertain to that. It could pertain to a job that you're probably being offered here and there, and it's just a disappointment, and you're going after what you want. It's your career. Okay, the Queen of Wands is a very determined person, and it usually signifies a Sagittarius woman. Okay, and Sagittarius, we know that they're the archer. Once they point that arrow, they go towards what they want. Okay, they don't let go of it. They aim really good. Okay, and if they don't aim really well, they could screw themselves up really, pretty much. Okay, all right. So let's pick a rune. Okay, this one came in reverse. Okay, so let's look into the rune. Behu, reversed, inverted. Okay, it was inverted. You may lose all you have conquered so far. Learn the stone's lesson. Beware of people around you. Okay, so we got a very clear indication here. Beware of the offers that people are offering you. All right. They might not be. It might not be for your well-being. It might not be for your higher good. So that's something that's probably an advice that's giving you, that you have to beware of people around you in your workplace. Disappointment around it. And this is for next year. Okay, it's not for now. Maybe you could feel it now, because if this is something that you're after, the goal, the happiness, this is something that you should watch out for. And I'm not saying that you can't change this, because you can. This is the energies that are coming out for next year, a warning to you. Okay, that if you conquer this, hey, the whole reading changes. Okay, the whole reading changes. If you work yourself, you know, out of this, and you learn how to discern who's right, who's wrong, this is something that could help you out. Okay, and you're a very wise person. As you see here, the Queen of Wands. Okay, she's got like this little crown here, symbolizing wisdom of all the pain that she's undergone in the past, that she can't be fooled anymore, man. She can't. So for you, what it's pretty much saying is, open your eyes for next year and make the right choices. Don't just go full throttle, you know, head first on everything, without, you know, applying wisdom and knowledge, okay, that you've learned. And yeah, there could be a little bit of disappointments here and there, but guess what? It's not the end of the world. Okay, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, this is pretty much the reading. This is pretty much the message that I'm trying to give you for next year. And if you want a further reading for a certain specific situation that you need me to read for, well, then contact me on below, and I will give you a 15-minute reading towards, the situation that you're having, whether it be love, health, relationship, family, don't matter. I custom tailor them. So, all right, so let's put this away, and the next stack that I'm going to read is going to be Obsidian. Okay, so here we go. All right, so if you pick the Obsidian, this is a stone of protection, of grounding, and of, keeping yourself, how do I say, shielded from psychic energy, okay? Like if you want to close your crown chakra, this is something that you would probably wear, okay? Because you're just trying to shield your body from any energy, just keep yourself neutral. So if this was your intention for next year, I believe that maybe this is something that you are thinking of, that you're feeling, of maybe purifying your body, maybe eliminating anything negative, maybe being a little bit more down to earth, maybe grounding yourself, okay? Maybe you were very emotional this year, and this is a stone that now you're drawn to because now you want to, ground yourself, okay? All right, so enough of that. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, this is an earth card, by the way. Queen of Disc. Knight of Rods, fire card. And what do we have here? This is a positive one. Okay, this is a positive card. They all seem pretty positive to me, and mostly they seem like court cards. Seems like people, but you could also take the archetype of these cards. Remember that. Now, the Queen of Discs symbolizes you, if you're a woman, that you've been through a long, long road, and now you're taking the time to nourish yourself. It's funny because I was commenting before this stack was read that this stone symbolizes being grounded, being more down to earth, taking care of your needs, perhaps. And maybe next year is something that you're going to focus more on taking care of more of your needs, okay? Maybe you neglected your needs this year, and you were nurturing other people, you were nurturing your pets, your family, your co-workers, others, and you just ignored yourself, you ignored your body, and now this next year maybe you're looking forward to making an exercise routine, all right, making an eating routine, making a new lifestyle, maybe going to bed a little earlier so that when you wake up you're not dizzy, and maybe taking care of your body, giving it more water, but it's more of a nurturing energy, okay? As you can see here, the pineapple has a lot of water. It's a very hydrating card. So for what I see here is that these are some plans you got here for next year, but you got here the Knight of Rods, Knight of Wands. And Knight of Wands is a very unstable energy, if you guys know about tarot card, okay? Now, the Knight of Wands symbolizes a person that jumps from one thing to the other really quickly. And it could also symbolize in relationships. This is not a really good card when it comes to relationships, because if you're a woman and you get this card, this would mostly symbolize a man that just wants a one-night stand, just wants to jump, from partner to partner and conquest to conquest, okay? So if it's coming to a relationship, if you're a woman and you're getting this, maybe this is something that you should probably be aware of, okay? But this is this hexagram, this 11th hexagram in the I Ching is actually a very harmonious and peaceful hexagram. I don't even think I have to read like I did with the others, because I do remember this is the yin yang one and it symbolizes harmony. But let's pick up a dice, okay? Let's get more information. Okay, so What is this? Oh, okay. This is the Hierophant. Okay. And in the dice, what the Hierophant symbolizes is a teacher, initiation, and it also symbolizes keys to something. Religion, marriage, ceremony, ritual. This is a priest. Okay. Now, what I'm getting here is if we put the priest and the Queen of Disc, could mean that you are learning from an expert, okay, when it comes to healing your body, you know, your medicine. Or it could also mean marriage or initiation or giving the keys an opportunity to the Knight of Rods, okay? And it could also symbolize having, you know, peace, being spiritual, because this is the Hierophant. So on a greater scale, yeah, this is a very positive card. It's an entrance, okay? It's the beginning of something and more of a learning process, okay? Now, let's take a scarab. Take a scarab. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. I did not throw that. I only pick one dice per reading, but since it came out, let's read it. This is Judgment in dice, okay? This is the Aeon. Now, additionally, it must have wanted to come out to see, to give you a message. So, what this means is a new beginning, seeing things in a new way with newer eyes. Maybe in the past you were seeing things in a worm's eye view, and now you see things in an eagle's point of view. You see things in a higher perspective. Okay. Now this I think this has to do with health, with wealth. Okay, seeing things, you know, as they are, and could also mean that you're seeing a person as they are. Okay, maybe the person that you're with, or maybe the gender that you like. Okay, you're probably seeing them as they are. Okay, now I want to pick a rune. Okay, I'm going to pick a rune. Let me mix this up really good because it's not. Let's see what you got here. You got here, the rune has nothing. And this rune usually symbolizes Odin, the god of the runes, okay, of the Vikings. Now, nothingness means destiny, okay? It means that it all lies in your hands, okay? And what I see from this whole reading is that, again, you're very much into nourishing yourself. There's an opportunity of learning next year, of maybe going to school too. The Knight of Rods, person that you could meet. If you're single, this is someone that you could meet, but you gotta watch out because he's not a very stable person. Could be a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, Sagittarius, or have a rising sign that has that. Okay, that has that those constellations. Could also have a stellium and a fire sign. That makes their personality very predominant in, you know, in that fairy aspect of this card. Now, generally, I think that this is a very safe reading because you have peace here, okay? So whatever happens with this person, I think you're going to see them as they are because you do have here the Trumpet, the Aeon, the Judgment card. I'm sorry, the Judgment dice. So I'm not that concerned as I would be with other, you know, with other readings that I've done. But yeah, it lies on your hands for next year, whatever it is that you do, that you decide on. But overall, we have here peace from the outside, energies from the outside, and who you could meet, potential energies that you could meet, you know. And this card could also mean jumping over obstacles really quickly, okay? So if there's an obstacle that you do have for next year, it's something that you could, boop, boop, you know, just jump over it and, you know, and not be hurt or not be affected by it, okay? So I'm going to leave it right here. All right, so we got this grounding reading for this obsidian stone. Okay, guys, if you want a further reading to a situation that you may have, or anything that you want me to read, I am here for reading. So just go on the bottom and see the links there, and I'll be happy to give you a reading Okay. And my readings are 15 minutes long. Okay. And I could read you whatever you want me to read you. Just pretty much had a lot of things. Alright, so let's go on to the next stack. The next stack I have here is the quartz crystal. Okay. Now, if you pick the quartz crystal, what it could symbolize, your subconscious is trying to tell you, is that you want clarity. Okay. Maybe you're looking for clarity, and also the quartz amplifies energy. So maybe there's something that you're doing now that you want it to manifest. You want the energy to amplify. Okay. But let's see what the cards hold. Prince of Swords. That's an air card. Okay, that's what I was talking about. Cutting through thoughts that are limiting beliefs. Okay, clarity. The Lovers. Okay, this is actually no. Wait, this is not the Lovers. This is the 13th hexagram. We're gonna see what that means. And we also have here the Six of Cups. Whoa, but we have the Prince of Swords, which is not that romantic. Let's see what the 13th hexagram means. Okay, remember, I'm not that, I don't know them that well because I don't really use them. I'm very familiar with them, but I don't know them. So I'm going to read here. Communion with others, fellowship. Okay, this is a relationship card, by the way, and you could see it here. Very passionate. And we have here communion with others. The sun shines from the heavens, and the light extends from the heavens and brings life to the planet as is seen. Okay, we are oriented by the force of the universe. The unity of people favors large and small projects. Generosity. Okay, this is generally mending with other people. But what I see here is I'm very concerned about the Prince of Cups. I'm sorry, about the Prince of Swords. This is not a romantic card, guys. All right. This one points to memories and nostalgia about the past. All right. And this one points to a very passionate relationship. But at the way that I was reading it, I usually read this one first. Usually. But I read this one fell in the middle. Okay. So what this is telling me is that someone cut ties in a relationship, and now someone's being nostalgic. Someone's missing that person. This is for next year. This is something they're trying to give you the attention for, and this is a clarity that you want. You want clarity about this guy, this woman, usually a guy, but maybe you want clarity, or maybe you want to cut ties with this relationship. And I don't think that's the case though, because then why would you be nostalgic for? You know what I mean? So I feel that next year, if you're in a relationship now, someone might be cutting ties with you, with this relationship that you have, and that's it. You would probably wish to have them back. Okay, and this is not even the sixth. This is not even the Six of Cups. This is the Seventh of Cups, meaning being tempted. Okay, being very tempted to reach out to that person. And the Six of Cups and the Seven of Cups are very familiar because they're Scorpio cards. The Six of Cups symbolizes the Sun in Scorpio, and this is Venus in Scorpio. Okay, Six of Cups is nostalgia. The Seventh of Cups is more like, okay, I have nostalgia, but now I have temptation. So what I see here is that you are very much tempted to go after this person that potentially cut ties with you. Now let's get a more reading. Let's get into it. And you want probably clarity for it. Okay? Let's see. Does he want me back? Does she want me back? And it symbolizes a very logical, mechanical person that just did the decision out of not the heart, but more of the mind. Okay, just cut ties like nothing. Okay, and it probably hurt you, and now you're like thinking about them, fantasizing. Okay, or maybe you did. If you're a man and you're watching this, you probably cut ties with this woman that you had a lot of passion with Now you're just tempted and you want clarity. You want to know if she wants to reach out to you. You want to reach out to her. So, I'm going to throw a dice. See what else. We got here the Princess of Swords. Okay. Am I correct? Or no. This is not the prince. Don't think it's the Three of Swords, guys. No. The Three of Swords is actually without this. This is actually the Knight of Swords, which is the hunter. Person that goes after someone. So you're very much inclined to go after that hot love. Okay? And again, you want clarity. You want clarity. You want to know if they want you back. Or if they're available, if they don't got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Okay? You're very tempted. Now let's get a scarab. Scarab. Okay. The beetle. Capera. Now let's look for it. Let's see what the beetle says. I don't remember what the beetle says. Oh, here it is. Lord of Becomings, the one who becomes. Okay. Let's skip to the highlighted part. Okay. This card can indicate divine intervention on the matter at hand. And can indicate that the reader is on track with his or her instincts and should proceed. Okay. Okay. So it's trying to tell you that you should probably go after that vision that you're having about this person. Okay. Okay. Let's pick a rune and see what else it says. I think I need a bigger plate because this is just Perth. If I'm correct, this is the rune of sex and magic, but I'm going to double check. Okay. Now, let's look into it. My old book. Not sure where it is. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. Mysterious powers are taking place, but tend to be revealed. Okay. It is the perfect time for reflection and also material gains. This is the rune of sex and magic. It reminds me of this card right here. Okay. It's a very passionate and it's a water-like rune. And it just symbolizes you're going with your impulse. Okay. You're going with your impulse with this person that's driving you crazy. And you can't take it anymore because you want clarity. You want to know. You want to know. You want things to be clear. Too much temptation and you're full force going, and this is the rune of, this is the scarab of going for it and just following your instinct. Okay. And this is the rune of instinct, of going for it. But what I'm concerned about here is the Prince of Swords, man. The Prince of Swords never ends right, man. I'm telling you. I've done readings all my life, and Prince of Swords never ends right. But if this is something that you must do to get it out of your, your system, and even if it turns out wrong or whatever, but at least you got it out of your system, you just can't keep holding it because that'll be stagnant energy. It'll turn into another reading. So go for it, man. And if it turns out the wrong way, at least you tried. All right. So, get the clarity that you need for next year. Let's go on to the next reading. And if you need a more in-depth reading with me with the cards or with the runes or with whatever system you want, then contact me with the information below and I'll be happy to assist you. So let's go on to the next one, and I'm going to get the next one. It's going to be the rose quartz. Okay, Quartz is going to be the next one. Alright guys, so we're going to read the Rose Quartz stack. Now if you pick the Rose Quartz stack, it means that you're more drawn now, focused into love, self-love, and emotions. Okay, because the Rose Quartz, that's what it mostly symbolizes. So if you were drawn to that, that's probably what your subconscious was, you know, trying to indicate to go to the stack, because the message is here. Okay. Now, what? Okay, ooh. You got here the change card. Ooh, got a little bit of white here. You got here the change card, 2 of disc. No way. You got it twice. Okay, now I don't organize these stacks the way they are. What I do is that I shuffle first and then I put them into place in each, you know, each deck. So, I mean, why would I put 2 of the same? It don't make no sense. But it must be very strong, a very strong message that there is change. Okay. I don't know what type of change, but we're going to see. We're about to see. Okay, now I don't remember what this hexagram symbolizes, so I'm going to have to go into my notes here. But let's see. I don't quite remember what it means. The 10th hexagram. All right, the 10th hexagram. Where is it? Here it is. Walk. Okay, here it is. The heavens reflect on the lake, and both contemplate themselves at a distance. Okay, now this is the advice. Time to share the path, although at different levels. The action affects the surroundings. Through mutual benefit, we copy our place, and each act affects the whole. What this seems to me indicating is the path that you're taking is changing. Okay, so it's indicating that the path that you are in, now I don't know what area of life it pertains to, but remember, this reading is for a message that it wants to talk to you about that's important for next year. It could be in any area of life. It could be love, it could be relationships, it could be career, health, family, but it's what's on your mind. All right, I assume that it's emotional. I assume that it could be relationship oriented because you got the rose quartz, but maybe that's just something that you picked because you know, maybe you're feeling emotional, you need to change, you need to. All right, but let's continue. Let's keep picking and we'll see. Okay, let's see what it pertains to. I really want to shake it around, so I'm gonna pick first the dice. Okay. So you got here the 5 of Swords, okay? And the 5 of Swords symbolizes defeat. It also symbolizes a time where everything is stagnant, nothing's moving. You've lost awareness in certain things and you feel like you don't know what's going on, so therefore you can't make a decision. All right? Okay, let me give you an example. For example, let's suppose I write a book and I publish it and I don't get any feedback. Okay, that's the defeat I'm talking about. That defeat feeling of, okay, I hear crickets, I don't hear an audience clapping, I don't hear nothing. And this is probably a situation that you're probably facing at the moment in your life where you've done a lot and you haven't gotten any results. So you now it's like, okay, change all the way, okay, in the path that I'm taking next year. Okay, it's got to go. All right, now let's pick a scarab. We got the Nile. Go with the flow. All right, now I do remember that this signifies flow, and we have water here in this card. We have to look at the indicators of the cards and the pictures to give us a little bit of a, you know, of indications of what's going on. Now I'm going to look into my my notes so I can get a further, more in-depth explanation, because I do know it's more than that. Okay. The Nile scarabs suggest the Taoist approach to resolving difficulties by flowing around them like water. Okay. Look for less active solutions to problems, including simply waiting for events to unfold. Maybe you don't know what path to take next year. Maybe you don't know what to do in regards to your career, your love, whatever it is that you had on your mind. You don't know what to do because, again, it's stagnant. You feel defeated, so you don't know what to do. So what it's telling you is to go with the flow. Things will come to you at the right moment. Maybe now is not the moment because things are developing behind the scenes. So it's not the time to make a decision now. Remember, this reading is for next year. Okay? And it's definitely not time to, it's time to observe, sorry. It's time to observe the situation, not move. We got one more thing to pick. We got the runes to pick. So. We got Perth, and this is the rune of instinct. But I feel like I picked it again because in the last reading I did pick Perth. So from now on, I think that in readings I should put it aside. But you know what? Let's pick another one. And although Perth is it is also the rune of water, by the way. Okay. Perth symbolizes instinct. Okay. It symbolizes sex and magic. But like I said, it's a rune of water, and this is water. This is water, so let's go with the flow, okay? Snake is not water, but it moves like water, all right? Her hair is flowing like water, so I see here that you have to be like water, my friend, like Bruce Lee says. You know, go with the flow, and when the right time comes, you will change. You will change, and you will know your path, all right? Right now, you just got to be still. Now, I'm going to pick another rune. I'm not happy with that one. I don't like picking the same thing over and over again. So, I'm going to pick another rune. I hope I get a different one because I don't like... Okay, we got here... I don't remember the name of this one. And it's reversed. So, let's look at my trusty book of my notes. And this, mind you, this book is old. I used to have it when I was 13 years old, so you can just imagine. All right, so where are you? I think it's here. Here we go. Inverted. Okay, it is necessary to reach the edge in order to emerge into a new life. Hold your anger, keep your faith and sense of humor. So, yeah. You may be tempted to move on, but if you move, you're gonna error. You're not gonna know where to go. You gotta wait till next year. Observe, okay. Observe, move like water. You know, follow your instincts. And again, this is a very, very strong indicator when you got two decks, two tarot decks, and they're separate, and they both come out with the same card. That's trying to tell you that there's going to be a major change in your path, because that's how I read it. Major change in your path next year. That you're probably going to be doing something that you probably never thought you would have been doing. Okay. All right, I'm going to put it away. I'm done with the reading, and if you guys want an in-depth reading, then contact me in the information below, email me, and I will give you a 15-minute reading on tarot cards on the situation that you have in mind. You know, I do Celtic cross readings, I do relationship spreads, I do all kinds of things. I pretty much tailor, you know, the reading to the client's need. So we're going to go to the next stash, the last one. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here we go. If you pick this stack, you pick Lapiz. Now, this stone, the Egyptians used to wear it to tap into wisdom. okay, knowledge, and higher wisdom, higher knowledge. So if you picked this stack, maybe you're concerned with school, learning, knowing something. We'll get to see. Okay, so let's turn it around. Ooh, happiness. Next year. This is a really good card. This card symbolizes that your wishes have come true. Okay, but let's not sing too loud. We haven't uncovered the whole story yet. Okay, this is a story. So let's go for it. The Sun. This is a very, very high card for happiness and reaching your fullest potential. I'm telling you, this looks like a really good reading so far. Okay, now let's see what the I Ching has for you. The Abysmal. I know what this is. I remember this. Now, the Abysmal symbolizes a situation that's put. Okay, if you really look at this hexagram, you're going to see there's a line here, there's a line here, and there's two lines in the middle. And it's kind of like a stagnant energy. It's kind of like, all right, the desert. Okay, that's what it symbolizes, the desert. But yet you got these two very, very, very positive cards, and yet you have the desert. Okay. I wish that I could read that this is going to stay in place. That's what I see. But this is not a very good card, actually. This is a very, I wouldn't say negative, because it's kind of like a neutral negative card. Okay. But let's see. Let's throw the dice and let's see what else we get. Ooh, a lot of swords. My other readings had swords too. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 of 7 of swords. It sounds like you have a lot of doubts. Okay, a lot of doubts whether something's too good to be true. Could be a relationship, a current relationship. Sorry, and having that ring in your hand if you're not married. Okay, having that house that you guys thought of moving in together, taking it to the next level. This relationship seems to be stagnant, seems to be not moving, and you have your doubts. This is what I'm picking up. This is my intuition. Now I'm going to pick a scarab. Let's see. I'm going to pick a scarab. Ooh. I remember the scarab. This scarab is a period of confinement, just like this one, stagnicity. I'm going to show you now. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it, but I do remember that it wasn't very favorable, and I always got frustrated every time I got that scarab. Like, I've had this book for like many years. I was like 15 when someone got this book for me. If I could find it. Where did you go? The Frogman. Oh, here it is. See, it's a very weird name I can't pronounce. All right, so let's see. This is like a little dead little figure, and it's not alive. It's more like dead, not moving. Okay, let's look into this. Okay, scarab can indicate undue dependency on another or exploitation of someone less experienced in the matter of the heart. It can also mean outside helpers, good or bad, involved in relationships. So, okay, pretty much this is a little coffin. Okay, there's no energy here. It's dead. It's stale. And this is the Abysmal hexagram 29. It's stale. And you have your doubts. And seems to be of the sun, the relationship, a beautiful, bright relationship that fills you up, okay, that gives you life, that revolves around, that pretty much you revolve around it, and it's a wish that you want it to propel, to excel, but hey, it's stagnant, and you have your doubts of it, you know. All right, so let's get a rune. Let's see what else it has. So see, at the beginning when we started this reading, remember it looked great, and I said, hold on, man, you don't know the rest of the story. So it's a message for next year. Now, you could be in a relationship now, and maybe next year you already want to take it to the next level, okay? Maybe if you are single now, this is something that you're wishing for a relationship, yet it's, you know, the energy is not favorable. You got the rune of protection. I think it's called Lapiz, if I'm correct. Okay. And usually this rune means to protect yourself. Okay. Now, I'm going to double check, because I like to double check. But if I'm correct, it is what it means. And I think it's almost the last rune, but I probably didn't write it last. I probably wrote it like... Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. This is the rune of protection. Victory, new opportunities, and challenges. Be strong and take control of your emotions. Problems should not be ignored. Maybe there's a person that's exploiting you, taking advantage of you. Okay, remember this scarab spoke of someone exploiting someone less experienced in the matter of hearts. Maybe you are with a person that, maybe you will be. Maybe, remember, this is for next year. You might not be with someone, but maybe you might meet someone next year. And you're going to be faced with doubts about this person. Does this person love me or not? Because, you know, they're not moving forward. They're not being, you know, but they make you very happy though. You know, it's a very, very high energy. And I think that the reason why you picked the Lapiz is wisdom. Because you got to be wise, you know, to get out of the situation that's very stagnant. You got to be wise, and otherwise you're gonna get hurt. Okay, there's no other way of putting this. You're gonna get hurt because what doesn't move forward will die. Okay, anything that stays perfect like a statue is dead. Things got to keep moving, either to the worse or to the good of the situation. It's got to keep moving. Okay. And when it's stagnant and it's like this, it means it's already dead. Okay, it means it's already dead. If it's not moving, it's already dead. You're the one that has to provide life to that situation, move on. Okay. And I know it could be a very difficult situation for next year because you have the sun. The sun symbolizes what? Happiness, extreme happiness. This is like the highest card of happiness. And when you have happiness here, Nine of Cups, your wish comes true. It's like, wow. It's kind of like, okay, have you ever ordered something, then the UPS truck comes and you're like, okay, there's the UPS truck. That's how you feel. Like, wow, it finally, well, protection, my friend. You know, protection. Be wise. And those doubts that you have, keep them in check. Okay, because they might be telling you something. All right. So expect this energy to be, you know, very dominant next year. All right. Now, I think I'm done here. And if you want a further in-depth reading about the situation that you're going through or something, then hit me up in the information below. And I'll be more than happy to give you a 15-minute tarot card reading. And I film it and I send it to you. So you could write down all the questions you have. All your questions get answered. So, yeah. Alright, so I hope that you enjoyed this reading. And I wish you all a lot of luck for next year. May all your wishes come true. May you overcome all your obstacles. Okay? And, yeah, I see you next time. Bye, guys.